heading up to Salter Fell. The obligatory start to the day, nice warm up, and a big gang of lads with us, so it should be fun. I'm just couldn't sleep last night, so excited, and I've been to the toilet about 5 times. More information than required probably, sorry about that, Mum. But now I love this stuff. It's like it's just like being a kid. There's Lewis and all the big boys now on the bikes. We got some new riders with us today. So there we have it, getting in and getting loose. This is Salter Fell, baby. I don't know whether the camera is going to work like this. It looks like it's vibrating quite a bit, but we'll see how we go. There's Ricky out in front. Ricky is Sharon's brother's best mate, and we've been riding for a while and didn't realise that we knew each other's family, so that was quite strange. It's really cool. His name's Ian, but the Simpkins and the Roberts, they all call him Ricky from his school days. So Ricky's out down there on his big KT Husqvarna. Yeah, he rides a Husqvarna. He used to have a Sherco, but we've just got to watch these puddles. And this is really nice trail riding down here. It's not technical, it's got some slippery bits. We just love it. Look at the scenery, it's just mega. And we're going to be heading up to Breast High. I call it Breast in the Thigh because it just sounds better. It might be called Breast High. But it's quite a nice lane with some little bits in it, and there's some little tunnels, and it should be just a really nice day out. And then tomorrow, depending on how we fare today, we could be going to LC Enduro, which is an enduro track in Chester. So we'll see. It looks like Tom stopped on the hill to get some pictures. Sam's gassing past. Yeah, they're all coming through. They're loving it, these boys. So, I'm warming up a bit now. There's Ricky. Very rocky down here. Some walkers, some bicycles. You just gotta take it steady. Be respectful to the cyclists. Try not to splash them. We want to keep them nice and dry, these guys. It's quite brave coming across here on those narrow wheels, but again, everybody's got their poison, and that must be theirs. They must love it to get up early, get their Lycra on, and do what we're doing, living our best life. I've been loving this since I was about 10 years old, anything to do with motorbikes. Just looking at them, cleaning them, riding them. It's just passion. It bites you sometimes. So it's not a race, it's just a day out riding your bikes, but clearly the guys that are out in front, they're shouting at me, they're screaming at me, come on Andy, catch them up. Like different riders coming from different backgrounds, trials bikes, no bikes, first bikes, motocross bikes, and it kind of depends on your background as to how you embrace the day and sort of what you love. But I just love anything about motorbikes. And that, my friend, is Solar Fell. So we've all got our heroes in this. There's a group of lads round by me, and I mention them a lot because I watch all their videos. They call them the Wesley Yard Dogs, and those guys are just ace. I think they're brothers, two brothers, Jed and his brother and his dad, and they just have the mint time, and they seem to go similar places to what we go, but we've never met them in the real life. Billy Bolt's obviously the god. We love Billy, love his personality, his entertainment. And you just watch that guy, he is poetry in motion. He's not worried about being the smoothest in the gang, he wants to be the fastest, and he's undoubtedly the fastest and one of the most skillfulest. Obviously there's other contenders and other teams that you can support. We love Paul Bowen. Paul Bowen's from Bolton. He's around this area, maybe not from Bolton, but it says it is from Bolton, Paul from Bolton. He's a really great rider, and I love what he does with his skills, bringing us all the action on the GoPros and stuff at those big events, because it was practically impossible to televise because of the ground that they're going over, etc. And yeah, we got the captain up in front, Steve Collison. Steve, I've done loads of rides with Steve. He was the gentleman really that showed me around, and when I'm coming to all these places for the first time with little experience, was giving me the tips, telling me what was coming up. A few bikes out this morning. Yeah. How deep the water is by how much it slows you down. First man opens the gate, second man shuts the gate. Pablo, Ricky Ricks, Marky Marks. Oh, big rock, man. I could feel my moose just say no thanks. Let the rim deal with that. Yeah, so if anyone's looking for a really, really well looked after motorcycle with low hours, meticulously maintained, loved and looked after, drop a comment down below, because this bike's going to be moving on shortly. Or maybe I'll just give it another full rebuild and run it for another 12 months and let the market settle down, which seems to have gone crazy. I have got my eye on the new Hard Enduro 2024 model, not because I do Hard Enduro, I just love the look of that bike. But I can't remember what the RRP is now, whether they're up like 12-13 grand, which seems a lot of money. I think I paid about 9 for this one, 9.5, which at the time, coming off the WR, which was about 7 grand, you're gradually getting more and more of your money invested in your hobby. So by the time you got a trials bike, you got a touring bike, and then you need all the gear and the associated kit, it ain't a cheap game. And I just got to acknowledge and thank my dad for not just all the money he expended on it, but all of his time mending, fixing, driving, riding, training. You know, we spent a lot of time together doing what we both loved, and it's probably why I miss him so much. What a bugger. But yeah, we've all experienced it, we're all experiencing it, and we're all going to experience it. And live every day, enjoy it, be in the moment as best you can, find things to enjoy and celebrate, not things to worry about. That's not me telling you, that's me trying to tell myself, because it's easy to say it, it's harder to do it. And I just love being out on the bike. It's crazy, and I'm just hoping that when I'm older, my kids and my grandkids, they can look back if they choose and think, Dad was having a nice time when he was 53, ripping on his KTM, getting smoked by the captain. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. I'm not going fast, but I'm not hanging about. I'm adopting a new style, the style of managing my risk. People say you got to go careful on a motorbike. You can't go careful on a motorbike. It's inherently dangerous. And what you can do with your experience is you can manage your risk. So you can choose the lines wisely. You can make calculated decisions about where you're going to pass someone or how you're going to go over a little obstacle. Not that we do really big obstacles on these types of runs, but I've come from a mindset of just fucking hit it, and more often than not I end up crashed. But it entertains the guys, and it gives me a sense of purpose. I am the entertainment. So if you're the entertainment, you've got to entertain. So I'm just looking for. It's a shame that Tom Sellers isn't arrived today. He's got some sort of problem or reason why he couldn't make it. He was coming up until last night on his 890, which is the bike we use for touring, the big bike. And the guy's phenomenal. He's a really good rider. He's not risky, but he's very, very confident, and he'll throw that 890 around like we throw these 300s. And half the battle is having the confidence to know you can, because the bike's perfectly capable, but you scare yourself out of it, A, because you spent so much money on it, and you don't want to break it, and B, when it gets loose on those big bikes, they don't just step back into line like these ones. So he would have been the entertainment today. It would have been bloody ace. Whoa, there's the little moo cows. But yeah, sadly Tom couldn't make it. I was planning to, well, the whole purpose of me setting the camera up like this was so I could follow him through the gnarly stuff. So this guy's a bit handy. I don't know what his name is. He's got his name on his bike. It's Isaac Archer. Is it Isaac? Yeah, so we're going to be watching you today, Isaac. You're bringing the entertainment to the channel. Just send it. Isaac's coming. He's loving it. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a shame I didn't have the camera on my bike, because Isaac knows how to ride. Great big four stroke. He's got a nice style about him. You can see he's got the elbows up, the knees in, on the balls of his feet, and the guy's got youth on his side. He was pulling some real sick pivot turns in the car park, and I love that. I love that when you can like see some lads that know what they're doing, because it eggs you on and it wants you to get better. And it's the only way you improve and develop your confidence is riding with people that have different, better, broader skill sets than yourself. And like these two good lads, they're fun. The guy on the gas. He rides those sidecars, those like F1 sidecars, they're like little torpedoes, 2 people in it. So he clearly got a very high risk threshold. I call him Lewis, and I rode with him a couple of times. He's good fun and he's got a nice style too. So a combination of like the Enduro boys, the Green Laners, all coming together just to have a nice day on the bikes, and fingers crossed we're going to get lucky with the weather. So that was it, that's Salter Fell, nice little run. So Ricky's on the gate, everyone's doing a bit of balancing, try not to put their feet down. That's what I like about these little runs out, you're just like gently practicing your skills all day. Here's Lewis. Lewis went in shotgun, but he was wheeling all alongside me, which is pretty cool. On the inside. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, look at that, isn't it lovely? Yeah, see John Lee? There's loads of them that like to wheelie, it's not just me. They get our best life. It's the stand-out wheelie that I like. It's starting to get the hang of it a little bit better, but I'm very conscious that I'm not covering that back brake. I'm just relying on balance and experience, but if it got away from me I would be in trouble, because I'm not able to deal with the back brake properly with these big Alpine Star boots on. You do it with a pair of trainers on all day long, and obviously I don't do it with trainers on because I don't want to hurt my ankles, but if you're practicing like a green field, that is how you would oh Lewis, nice, lovely. That is how you would get the technique down of those like long pivot turns and all that stuff. So we'll see in a bit when we get to some more action.